back to Let's Play Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. Episode 27, maybe? I even just looked at the video and didn't pay attention to what episode it was. God damn. Before I get started, I do want to mention briefly, here is what... I thought about this a little bit, and here is my, wild guess for what's going on. If you guys remember from last episode, the one big recurring question that I keep having over and over and over again is, how in the hell did Emil save Marta back in Palmacosta when Lloyd attacked? Because he wasn't a Knight of Ratatosk yet. But apparently Emil blacked out, was able to, save Marta. Marta completely fell in love with the Ratatosk version of him, but he didn't have Ratatosk mode. What this tells me is one of a few things. My guess is that Ratatosk mode either doesn't come from Ratatosk, or Ratatosk isn't quite as asleep as we think he is. I feel like Ratatosk may have possessed Lloyd because Lloyd was nearby. And Ratatosk is awake, but in sort of a dormant state, so he possessed Emil, because Emil was nearby, and that's why he kind of had Emil earmarked to serve him later. Because I know whenever, he showed up, then she was like, oh, hey, yeah, you'll totally work. So that's my idea on that one. And if that's the case, and Ratatosk is active, it may also be that Ratatosk kind of pushed Lloyd into doing some of the stuff Lloyd's been doing. Because if he's able to pseudo-take over people's minds, and it makes sense because the student cores are able to do the same damn thing. I think the cores may not actually be something that is used to awaken Ratatosk, but something Ratatosk uses to extend his reach. That may also be why Marta is kind of an enemy of the Vanguard at this point, because originally she was working with them, but I bet the Vanguard may know more than Marta does, and may be trying to use the cores in order to extend Ratatosk's influence, whereas Marta's trying to collect them all into one place, which is actually like the last thing Ratatosk wants. So, just an idea. Doesn't quite make sense, because wouldn't Ratatosk just exert control, but maybe he can't. I mean, it doesn't fully fit together, but these are the thoughts going through my head. Back to Flanor. Hey there, Poppy. Your name is Poochie. Okay, so we are back. We need to talk to some item shop owners. Kitty. My cat is obsessed with my lap today. Don't know why. Why are you obsessed with my lap?
We flushed out all the Vanguard members that were holed up in this house.
Well, good for you.
Chief? Who's Chief?
Marta, you already knew that Sheena had... I mean, obviously I know who the chief is, but she should be able to figure it out because Sheena already said she sent scouts ahead.
Sheena is one of the Mizuho. They're a secret group that serves the Tetha Allen royal family. Perhaps you've heard of them?
What possible sense does that make? They're a secret group. Perhaps you've heard of them. No, they're a secret group. You shouldn't have heard of them.
I have. They're experts in intelligence gathering and combat.
Worst secret group ever.
That's us.
And you're not even bashful about it. You're like, yep, we're totally a secret group that no one knows about it. I'm glad you know about us. What?
Experts? You're joking, right?
Well, they're not experts at not falling into holes.
What's that supposed to mean? Move it off. I trust the family's unharmed.
Of course.
Good work. The real accessory shop owner is inside.
I'm glad he's safe.
Let's go say how do you do.
Come on, let's go talk to him.
No, let's go say how do you do. That's what I said.
Right.
Be a little more friendly, Marta. Hello, man. Hey, man.
Oh, it's you.
Hi, Penguin Grandpa.
There you are. Thank goodness you're safe.
When the Vanguard took me, I thought I was done for. Anyway, thank you. I owe you my life.
I'm surprised he doesn't recognize her, or maybe he's already been told that she was the one responsible.
Don't mention it. There's actually something we'd like to ask you if you don't mind.
We heard you discovered a strange jewel near the cave with the Celsius's tears.
Ah, yes. The Glacius, or whatever it's called.
Glaciers? You mean Glacier?
My son took it to Meltokyo. He said he was gonna try to sell it to some nobles there or something.
Oh, your son left town with it right before Vanguard attacked. How convenient. This is part of the Vanguard. I actually don't think that's true.
And I thought he'd finally come to spend some quality time with his old man.
Aw, don't be so glum. I'll come back to visit you again soon.
Well, that'll perk him right up.
Tokyo.
We better hurry, or who knows what'll happen.
Well, there's one thing we have to do before we go there.
Yes, we need to set out from Tokyo as soon as possible.
Wow, that's mean. Because you guys have told me there's a super important side quest that you miss if you go to Meltokyo right here, and yet the game actually tells you go to Meltokyo immediately. Do not sidetrack at all.
Allow me to prepare my company's high-speed transport.
Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely need to restock. Holy crap. Well, at least we can actually get all the lemon gels now. All of the lemon gels, every single one of them. And yes, I do synthesize off screen, guys. I'm sure someone will be commenting like, don't you ever synthesize? Yeah, typically off screen. There's Meltokyo, but before then... And this is me being stupid, and I fully acknowledge this is me being stupid. I actually really enjoy... I've always liked this in WoW, and I like it here as well. Just watching people like make their way around the world. Whenever there would be in WoW and there would be a griffin that would fly, I would sit there and I'd watch it, and it was I don't know why, I really enjoyed that. It made me feel like I was doing something and progressing somewhere. Every once in a while,
Someone's here.
oh, there's Alice. Every once in a while, I would like intentionally take the stupider path in order to be flying longer. I don't know why, but it was just I always just love that.
It's Alice. Let's hide.
Darling Alice, forgive me. I couldn't find any X-Spheres.
What kind of terrible relationship was they have?
Hey, watch it, Dumbo Dex. What did I say about personal space?
And why are you so attracted to her anyway? She's like 14 or something. I'm sure she's supposed to be older than that, but she sure doesn't look it.
Oh, Alice, go easy on the compliments. You're embarrassing me.
Compliments? I don't see anyone complimenting you.
You did.
When?
You're always calling me Dumbo Dex.
You think that's a compliment?
Well, we do actually know that you only give nicknames to men that you like.
Well, isn't it? Dumbo for dashing, undaunted, majestic, brilliant, and oh so sexy. D-U-M-B-O, Dex.
Oi.
You idiot. It's not an acronym. I call you Dumbo Dex because you're D-U-M-B dumb.
What? I had no idea.
Anyway, X-Spheres. The brainwashing machines that keep my little pets so well behaved need X-Spheres to run.
They're not actually all that well behaved. Didn't we make them turn on you once?
Without X-Spheres, I can't get more pets.
Oh, he'll be your pet.
I only want 10 more or so.
Alice, maybe you shouldn't obsess over power so much.
Well, she kind of got her ass kicked, and so now she kind of has to obsess over power.
Why? Have you forgotten how my parents died?
They went on a pilgrimage following the teachings of the Church of Martel and were killed by monsters.
Wow, you know, a no would have sufficed. You don't have to remind her.
Exactly. And I don't want to end up like them. They were weak, so they believed in a fictional goddess. And because they were powerless, they were killed by monsters. And you, weren't you bullied back at the Haima orphanage because you were weak?
So it's going to be another one of these stories where basically the villains were pushed into villainy because, you know, people in general are assholes.
But I'm stronger now too. And I have an X-Sphere.
She's going to take that away from you.
You don't need to do it all by yourself. I can be your knight.
Not once she takes your extra, you can't.
Don't you mean my slave?
I'd be happy with that too.
God damn it, Decus.
I hate relying on others.
And it's no fun to enslave people that, like, are okay with it.
And you're a human. You might start treating me like how all humans treat half-elves. You could betray me at any time.
Interesting. I didn't realize that Alice was a half-elf.
I would never betray you.
I'm the only one I could ever trust.
Well, that explains a little bit more about Alice, but it doesn't explain why Decus is so freaking, like, subservient and whipped.
So Alice is using X-spheres to control those pets of hers.
Well, I kind of figured that. X-spheres are the only things that have shown any remote power to be able to do stuff like that.
Exploiting those proud monsters in such a vulgar way. It's utterly despicable.
Yeah, it's way better to brainwash them. Actually, no, they do join of their own free will, don't they?
Alice. Marta, what's wrong?
All that talk about need for power. It was kind of depressing.
It was a little bit depressing. That's one of the problems. Ultimately, Alice is living in the past. Her entire life is about trying to correct something that happened to her parents. I won't say correct. It's not like she's trying to bring them back to life, as far as I know. But yeah, that's everything she's doing is trying to prevent a recurrence of that. And so she can't move forward with her life because there's only one thing she's living for, and that's to be able to defeat monsters when they come to kill her. So she's really living a reactionary life. The only ones that can actually act are the monsters.
Yeah.
She spends all of her time preparing for them.
Nevertheless, those without power are helpless.
So all you need is power?
Power's all you need. Boom, 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 boom.
I believe it's better to have it than not.
That might be true.
I think everything should be in moderation.
That's because you're the Buddha.
Yeah.
Alright. And that is probably... Yeah, that's the side quest, I presume. Presume. So, to Mel Tokyo. What if we'll run into Zealous again? Or Persea, because like I said, Persea is the one person we haven't run into. And it's no, it's not at the top. I will go and let him run. Apparently we're not taking the high-speed shuttle. Wow, we're kind of an ass to, Oh, damn. Regal. Truth behind the mask. Ooh, I wonder if this is going to be where we find out about Lloyd, because he is always wearing those stupid masks. And hey, I was right. I thought we might get to Chapter 5 this time.
This is Mel Tokyo? It's huge.
I wonder if there's a secret passage in over to the side.
Is this your first time here?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Sorry, I was yawning for a second. That is... First of all, why is he so formal? You were just basically, like, scoffing at the idea that she knew how to fight, and now you're just like, oh, yes, of course.
I should have said something earlier, but just drop the formalities. That kind of thing makes me itch.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, okay.
I hope Glaucius's core is still here.
Is there a reason to think it isn't?
Regal and I
Oh,
both know this town like the back of our hands. I'm sure we'll find it.
Sorry, I was like, yeah, you're hoping that nothing happened to the merchant or anything like that. I do feel like we should get the core pretty quick. We just have to go through a dungeon. They're not going to make us do too much for it, are they?
Let's pay a visit to the item shop first.
All right.
So yeah, first things first. What is over here? Gotta know, gotta know. Oh, these punks.
Mel Tokyo's so huge. I bet you could get lost.
Emil, all you've seen so far is a sewer.
This was the capital of Tethe'alla when the world was still divided in two. So both people and goods gather here.
It's no wonder that people in Tethe'alla look down on us.
Marta?
No town in Silverant can even come close to this size. We don't even have a leader to unite the people as a proper country.
But Silverant was ravaged by the Desians. The prosperity we Tethe'allans have enjoyed was at the expense of your people. If If anything, we should be making every effort to repay what we've taken from
But of course I'm going to do that.
Please forgive us.
Those in power are not going to give it up.
I wasn't blaming the Tethaolans. I was just thinking we're going to have to build a city to equal Meltokyo ourselves.
It's one world now.
Amazing, Marta.
Hey, you're Silveranti too, so we're in this
Stop
together.
thinking of it as an us versus them thing. So it looks like my back door has been closed up. Although I am glad they still have to pass down here. That's helpful. You know, it does kind of build to, even if they don't want to replicate it, it does help that they are kind of giving a slight nod to the previous game. And okay, well here's some sections. Yes, they still exist, but no, you're not going into them. Well, you're Silveralti, right? Look, it's quite a spectacular sight, ain't it? Item shop. It's to the left and straight back. Left is this way. Should have talked to him. I bet he's just walking out with it.
Wasn't that Tokunaga?
Do we know him?
It certainly looked like him.
Do we know him?
Someone you know?
Thank you.
Yes, the chosen of Tethaala lives in this city, and
Celos.
Oh, right. You met him in Palma Costa?
How the hell did you... Well, I guess she is like the head of a spy network.
yes, you said you did. Anyway, the man you just saw is a butler to the chosen's sister, Celis.
Oh, are we going to continue the Zelos Celis storyline? That's something I did not expect to recur in this game.
Really? Maybe he's running errands for her then.
Yeah, probably. All right, let's go inside and talk to the shopkeeper.
I know that they're pretty well informed, but it's surprising that you understand the manservant to someone who like usually just stays cloistered.
What can I do for you?
We're looking for a rare jewel that was found in Flanor. Did anyone bring anything like that here?
It almost seemed like he was going to be like, "Oh, you're Silveranta, you can't shop," and then Rico would be like,
Ah, I know the item you're talking about.
Someone brought it then?
They sure did, but I already sold it.
"Oh, shouldn't have stopped for the side quest, guys. You ruined it."
Who did you sell it to?
Sorry, I can't tell you. Customer confidentiality and all that. You understand, don't you?
What do you mean?
Well, I guess it's a good thing we have someone who's at the head of a spy network. We can just find out the information regardless.
Merchants are bound to keep their customers' information private, especially where high-priced items such as jewels are concerned. If the wrong people found out who possesses such a priceless item, the buyer could become a target for theft.
It's just as the gentleman here says. Sorry, I can't help you.
It's interesting that they call Regal a gentleman. I mean, not that he's not, but that he's basically wearing like prison clothes. That either that means that he recognizes who Regal is.
The whole city would be in danger.
I have an idea. How about we go and ask His Majesty?
His Majesty? The king? Why?
I remember the King of Tethaala didn't have a whole lot to do with the... I remember we saved his life, we prevented a poison attempt, and then he let us go to the elf village, and that was it. I kind of felt like he'd have a bigger role, but he didn't.
Most of the customers for fine jewels are members of the nobility, and they tend to show off their latest purchases.
I see. We'll hobnob with the local aristocracy and find out which one has Glacius's core. Good idea, Regal. You never cease to amaze me. A duke and a scholar to boot.
I don't really know that that's all that amazing.
Regal, you're a duke?
I suppose I forgot to mention it.
I suppose you did that intentionally.
This is the first I've heard of it. Wow. President of a huge company and a duke, too. Amazing.
Raine's a lucky woman.
I may have titles and rank, but under all that, I'm still flesh and blood like you. All right, let's get going to the castle.
All of Lloyd's friends are really amazing people.
They certainly are. They should make a game about them.
The Lloyd that they believe in. If it wasn't for the Centurion's Corps, maybe he'd even be an okay guy.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's the other thing. I mean, how do we know we're not being, like, driven to extremes by the Centurions? Oh, that's right. I forgot what that button that did. Haha, I found you. Well done. You found me. I'm the mysterious gourmet, the Wonder Chef. So I'll give you this as proof. Use it well. Oh, I got dessert. Dun, 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 dun. I think the Wonder Chef needs to get his own game. Cooking mama? No, man. We got the Wonder Chef. That's interesting. Why would they say it's earthquake resistant? Well, that first door didn't work at all. Where is that? I've seen that before. Is that the bridge leading to the, is it the Tower of the Chosen? Basically, the tower that existed in both worlds. I'll go ahead and save real quick, because why not? We're in chapter 5 now. Alright, the Elemental Research Lab. This is a place I haven't been to in well, basically forever. Is Persea here? This is the Elemental Research Laboratory. We're researching summon spirits, mana, and recently monsters as well. Wow, I really thought that was an opening, but apparently it is not. And I don't remember it being in the previous game either. Well, it does not appear Persea is here. Well, you guys are kind of boring, to be honest. And here's the poor people part of town. What's going on, buddy? Oh, I thought you were pseudo hidden over there. That would be something special for finding you. So I don't see any point in coming over here. On fort. Was oh, that'll bankrupt me. Let's oh. Yeah, that just happened. That's interesting. So, is this recent? Because the one of, like, ice is here, right? So why is the earth breaking? Or is there another one here as well? Oh, this is the Colosseum, isn't it? Yep. Okay, that's worse. He has that. Yeah, she has that. That's better. I don't think it's really worth the difference. I'm definitely not going to the Coliseum. I've never liked the Coliseum, to be honest. Never been my thing. What's over on this side? Break on through to the other side. Well, it's boarded up. I don't think they're coming back anytime soon, buddy. What's more suspicious than the kid that's running around that can't even figure out how to talk to you? I'm going to show you the cutscene, not going to make me find the king. I was going to say, that looked like Alice's foot. And it sure was.
My. If it isn't my slippery little friends from Flanor.
Wait, you gonna fight us here? Like, in the palace?
We can't fight here.
Why not? I don't care if this city gets blown into tiny little pieces.
Again, you're in the palace. You're gonna get arrested.
Time to die.
Okay. This was unexpected. Wow, I should have rushed at the end. Okay, here's the question.
Hard to push enough by Oh, healing power.
Strike!
Oh, healing power. Hard to portion of thy power. Good.
Here, be careful.
This is not working. I'm trying to use an ultra, and I thought I just held down the circle button. Do I have to hold down? I do not know why I'm not able to.
You're using.
I'm sorry.
Not a chance.
No, that isn't good. God dang, will you guys stop using items all the time?
Oh, healing power.
So annoying. Thanks.
You cannot rely too much on ours.
Strike!
Don't rely on us.
Healing power.
Son of a bitch! How do I use Mystic Arts?
Do not overexert yourself. You're slow. Not a chance.
It's over! Triple kick! White wolf! Crescent moon! I was careless.
You're using so much art.
No problem.
Dragon surge!
Power light seal. Fire seal.
Healing power.
Roaring havoc! Ready? Ravaging tiger!
Well, I killed it, but I never got the stupid mystic art off. I thought you just had to keep holding circle after you used a... I tried a whole bunch of different ones, unless none of those are the right level. Oh, are people hitting level 40? I just hit 30.
Give up, Alice. You lost.
Oh, I don't think so.
Again?
I've rigged the little darling with a special collar that self-destructs if he gets defeated. Pretty clever if I say so myself.
Why would you do that?
What the hell?
Bye-bye, Mart Mart. I'll be sure to let Commander Brute know that you're dead.
That thing was defeated too.
Let go of him right now.
I'll handle this.
Wow, even Regal can't get it off?
No, please. I don't want to die. Let go of me.
I expected his eyes to open and he'd be in...
Emil, what should we do?
Disable the collar?
Allow me. Servant of darkness, bend to my will.
Is that Servant of Darkness? I thought it would be the Servant of Earth. And if it's Servant of Darkness, you could have like moved in a long time before.
Tenebrae!
Please stay back.
You'll blow it up over the ocean or something? Wow, we suck at staying back.
Tenebrae!
Yeah, but he's not even really of this world. He'll just reform it a little bit.
Tenebrae! Answer me, Tenebrae! He's not dead, is he?
He can't be.
It's just like what happened with Corinne.
Yeah, except Corinne was an artificial spirit, and Tenebrae is an actual Centurion.
Tenebrae!
What? What is this?
Yeah, what?
The Centurions.
Centurions will rise time and time again. All that is needed is the power of Lord Radatos.
Oh, I just absorbed the Centurions?
This is the reason why I should be the one in control.
Emil?
Don't worry. The Centurion told me that Tenebrae is only asleep. I'm gonna go after him.
Well, we should...
What do you mean go after him? Where?
And we should
The
abso-freaking-lutely
Temple of Darkness.
get the other one that's
It's
here.
the same as the other Centurions we've encountered. And there should be an entrance to the altar in there.
That's where we'll find Tenebrae.
Now I understand. I'll go with you. What about you, Regal?
I'll meet with His Majesty and advise him on the situation with Glacius' core first.
I really feel like we should get Glacius' core before we leave the city.
Whatever.
But it doesn't sound like Emil is
Then we'll
listening to
meet you
reason.
there. such mysterious.
Oh wow, he's still in Ratos mode.
You got that right. I mean, they just return to their altars when they're injured.
Actually, when they are inflicted with so much damage that they revert to their core state, they're supposed to return to Ratatosk himself.
Then Tenebrae is with me?
But Ratatosk is also currently in core form, without his powers. He doesn't have the strength to heal the Centurions. So Tenebrae returned to his altar. Or at least that's what they say.
You mean the other Centurions?
Yeah.
Wait, so if Ratatosk wasn't taking his nap, there'd be no need to go to the Temple of Darkness?
If Ratatosk was awake, we wouldn't be on this journey in the first place.
Oh, right.
Jeebus, will you stop with the stupid earthquakes?
Hey, do you think Tenebrae is really okay?
Yeah.
He's just changed back into a core, right? He's not dead or anything.
That's what we said before.
No, he's not dead.
You don't have to yell at me, you know. Sorry.
A Centurion can always be revived as long as their mana source doesn't dry up. They're like summon spirits in that way. The Centurions say it's not a question of his being alive or dead.
Okay, I get it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't panic just because I don't understand.
No, I like you better angry than meek and apologetic.
Emil in Ratatosk mode tells it straight like a man.
That must be hard for Sheena to hear, though, because Corinne actually died, because Corinne wasn't a real summon spirit. Okay, so I definitely need to stay at the inn. Because that was my problem. I would have done a lot better if I had just stayed at the inn initially. But instead, like an idiot, I was like, oh, I'll just go talk to the king. I didn't expect that there would be a mini boss fight there. I don't even know if that counts as a boss fight because I got through it pretty easily, but still, it was not fun. Also, that reminds me, yeah. And also, I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. What? Wait, battle help. There. That's what it'd be. Skill help special. Hold when performing high spells or arcane arts. So what the hell is an arcane art for a meal? Because that's totally what I was doing. Does he not have any? What would be the point of him not having an arcane art? How would I even trigger that then? I'm confused, guys, because it's like for other people, because it'll say base healing high. So I would know that. But for a meal, Dark Radiance, I swear I would use Dark Radiance and nothing happened. Okay, well now I've made it so that all of them trigger, and with that I will go ahead and end this episode. I will see you all in the next one for when we carry on.